everyone. Today it's time to make some keto no-bake brownie bites. I got this recipe on the internet and I think there's another video on it, but today I'm going to show you mostly about the Cuisinart food processor. I bought this a few years ago when we decided to eat mostly plant-based because it helps with a lot of the chopping and everything. This is one container. There's another attachment that you can shred things. This one is used to chop things, but it's also, I find it's also great to like blend things. If I have almond pulp left over, you could put this in there and make the almond protein bites. Really simple instead of like stirring it with your hand constantly. So this is the Cuisinart Pro Classic. It's not the largest size, but it'll do for 2 to 4 people. It comes with this blade that you put in, and then this bowl has to lock in as well. So you put the bowl in, you lock it in place, the blade goes in here till it's set, and then to turn it on, this cap has to align. You close it, and there's a little lever here. You have to close it, and that's the only way it's going to turn on. If it's not on correctly, then it won't turn on for you, and you'll just have to troubleshoot and see where you went wrong. So today for the no-bake brownie bites, I doubled the recipe, so I'm going to use 2 cups of walnuts, which I'm going to just put in here. Just put it in here like that. Sometimes I even quadruple this, so I'll put 4 cups, but I'm going to just do it with 2 so it really does it well. So walnuts, and then it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to use this sea salt that I got from Costco basically. And I pretty much eyeball because I don't want to go and get my 1/4 teaspoon. That's sea salt. And then it says to process on high for 5 to 10 seconds. So I'm going to just close this up, and I'm just going to pulse it for like 5 seconds. 1,000. 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000. So that's all mixed in together. And then we're going to add the cocoa powder. So the cocoa powder, it calls for 1/2 cup. So I'm going to get 1/2 cup. And I bought this cocoa powder from Costco. It's organic, fair trade, and cocoa powder. So I don't level off or anything. I'm going to open this up. And I'm just going to put, this is doubling the recipe, so it's 1/2 cup. And then I need to put in 1 cup of nut butter. So it says you can use almond butter or peanut butter. I actually have this mixed nut butter, so I'm going to put in some of this and then some of the peanut butter. So I mixed in like 1/2 cup of the peanut butter and 1/2 cup of the nut butter, and I'm just going to pour that also into this food processor. And then it calls for vanilla, so liquid vanilla, and keto sweetener. So I like to use this monk fruit. I find that the golden monk fruit doesn't have as much of that cooling flavor as the white monk fruit, so that's the one I use. I get this from Costco as well. Golden monk fruit. You can also buy it on Amazon. Any of this stuff you could also buy on Amazon if you're not near a Costco, or if you have Amazon, you can order from there. So then I need to get vanilla. It calls for 1 teaspoon vanilla. And so I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And also the sweetener, it wants half a cup. So I'm gonna use half a cup of this. That seems like a lot. Half a cup. Yep, half a cup. Okay, so then we're gonna pulse this together. Charlie. So then you put on the cover and then you're just gonna pulse it again. And it's gonna kind of thicken up. So basically, you're gonna just keep pulsing this till it gets into like a dough-like consistency. And what they suggest you can add to it to make it thicker or to make it whatever consistency you prefer. They are suggesting that you can add slowly coconut flour or slowly add water. So I'm just gonna add just a teeny bit of coconut flour. I don't know if I have to, but let me open this up and see. Actually, it's a pretty good consistency. I think I'm good. Well, I'll just add a teeny bit. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of coconut flour. And then I buy this Lily's dark chocolate baking chips, and they're also keto. And I'm just gonna pulse in the chocolate chips too. It says that you need half a cup, but I really don't want to use that much chocolate, so I'm just gonna eyeball it, just put in a little bit. There you go. Then you're gonna close it again. And we're gonna pulse it slowly. It's kind of getting stuck, so I'm gonna get my spatula here. I'm gonna just give it a little push down here. That. See, I doubled the recipe, so it's a little much in here. And my food processor isn't the largest size, so. All right, so just kind of patted it down so it'll kind of mix a little better. And I'm gonna pulse. Pulse. With this Cuisinart, the other thing you can do, like I'm pulsing it right now, but there's also a way to just leave it on if you needed to do something or if it needed to be pulsed for a very long time. All right, so it looks like it's pretty much done. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them into balls now. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. All right, so, I have my measuring cup. So since I use this already and it's dirty and I don't want to waste water to wash anymore, I'm gonna just set this in here using my spatula. I would do it from this thing, but I'm kind of afraid of this blade that's in here. So I'm just gonna take it out and put it in here. Got my little helper down there, our little puppy who's 7 months old. Of course, if I was making this for people, he wouldn't be allowed anywhere near this, but it's for us and he's not gonna touch it. So I take it out. And the safe thing to do would be to, you have to release this, take it out. This is the very, very sharp blade. So I'm just gonna set that in the sink right now so I don't get cut. And then all you have to do now is just form your balls. So you take it and you pretty much just roll it up into a ball. And you set it on a parchment paper, parchment lined cookie sheet, and you set them down like that, and then you just, so the last step is just to get some dough and roll them into balls. I've done this a couple of times, and one time I think I added water instead of the coconut flour, which is what the recipe said to do, and it was just too soft and wet. So actually with this amount that I just did, I really don't have to add much. I could have probably added more coconut flour if I wanted it firmer, but I'm gonna put it in the freezer anyhow, and it's gonna just get hard. So that is your keto no-bake brownie bites using the Cuisinart Pro Classic. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And I hope you enjoyed and found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.